another video on my channel, Mickey here. So today, I'm going to be reacting to my AP score from the exam that I took in May. So AP stands for Advanced Placement, and it's a college level course. There was only one available this year for me to take. I'm going to be a junior. So it was AP Government. So I decided to take it thinking I don't know what AP class is like. So it's the first. So throughout the year, you learn all about whatever class, and you have to take this exam at the end of the year in May to measure what you've learned, and it consists of multiple choice, and has multiple choice questions and a couple essay problems. So I took that in May. Well, in preparation, the class was really fun. It was interactive. There was a lot of group work. That's cool. And I was able to take a mock exam. That way I kind of knew what type of questions would be there and what ones I needed to learn from. I actually did pretty good on the practice exam. I think I got a 4. So it wasn't bad. And also we got practice questions, practice multiple choice, practice essays. We were writing them throughout the year. So needless to say, I felt pretty prepared. I knew most of the material, most of it. One was a graph. You had to look at a graph and pick out a detail, like an obvious detail. Then you have to expand on that idea and how that relates to a theory or in government. Then the second one, you had to, I forget them, but I know the one you had a Supreme Court. So there were 2 cases. One of them was one of the required Supreme Court cases that we had to learn. Another one was one similar to that. They were similar. You had to memorize the ones from the required Supreme Court and explain how they both led to a similar ruling, and explain the case of that wasn't included in the essay. And then you had to explain an action that people could take in government if they disagreed with the ruling. It's pretty straightforward. Then the final one, the biggest one out of all of them, was the argumentative essay. So you had a prompt, and you had to take a position whether you agree or disagree, and you had 3 documents that you could choose from, documents that we read from throughout the class. Then you could either pick from another document or from any other chapter, anything else from knowledge and whatever. So you need to have like an intro, some body paragraphs, using 2 examples from the text, and then you had to take a rebuttal opinion. So instead of, if you were like defending, you would have to be going against if you were for it, or if you were against it, you had to be going for it. So I thought it was interesting. I was kind of didn't know what I was getting into, but the summer assignment was basically a constitutional scavenger hunt. So I felt pretty good about it. I prefer like writing things down instead of typing notes. So I did that most of the time. Whatever handouts, textbooks, we had to do notes, we had quizzes. But they were different because they were cumulative. So instead of like an actual quiz, how quizzes and tests build up on material, they did that. So let's say we took a chapter 1 quiz on the 3 branches. Then the next test would be a combination of what we learned, maybe a couple questions on chapter 1 and a couple questions on the next chapter. So it was build up. So she's like, my teacher is like, oh, make sure you know this and study up on whatever, especially for the test. There were charts, little shortcut methods to memorize amendments, because that was a huge thing. And also court cases was probably the biggest one. When I got the test, it wasn't that bad, because I was kind of worried about, because we had 4 different essay questions. So I'm pretty sure I did fine. I'm kind of nervous. So this was the AP packet we got during testing. So it has my AP number and everything else. So I'm going to go on the College Board right now, and we're going to go see my score. I should go on my email. I've been checking it nonstop. So oh, here we go. I'm trying not to freak out. I'm sure I did fine, but I think I got a 4. Don't really know. Not ready. You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. I'm already logged in. All I need to do is just check AP score. I gotta pit my stomach. This is not good. You know what? I'm super nervous. Let's just check anyway. AP scores. I have to verify. Okay, so I'm about to look at it. Oh my god, I got a 4. I'm sorry you can't see that because of the glare. I got a 4 on the exam. I did. Part of me thought I got a 2, but then I'm like, you know what? I did practice exam, was perfectly fine. I'm sure I did fine. Oh my god, I love it. That's amazing. Yes, I got a 4. That's awesome. Whew. I feel. Well, I didn't. See, this AP, it's not.
It's like it has you feel.
It all depends. So it's based on rated on a scale from 1 to 5. So depending on like how 1 being like you did not understand the topic, 5 being you exceeded expectations. So that just means if you get a 4 or 5, you can get college credit, which means like less money to pay for whatever. But yeah, so I'm pretty stoked. That's all. That was my reaction. And I'll be taking 2 AP classes next year. So I will post another one after I take those exams. So pretty much the video. I'll see you guys next time, but other than that, I'm pretty stoked right now, you know. That's great. Alright. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.